Local 3 news and weather apps now.
How many times have you driven to work or an appointment and the minute you got there you called home to say, man, traffic is crazy today? It can be, so why take a chance that you are not protected in your car as you're driving the Ridge Cut, 153, or simply the back road to your home? On April 17th, Erlanger Trauma Centers and other organizations in town are coming together to make sure that you are buckled in properly, and Regina Young is here this morning to tell us more about it. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
It does feel like word on the street is that traffic has gotten even more crazy around here.
Absolutely it has. The more people we have in the community, the more traffic we have.
This is not anything new, however, because we've always been told that your car can be a very dangerous thing to get behind that wheel.
Absolutely. It's a 3,000-pound missile going down the road, so being safe while you're in it is crucially important.
So I think people have long known that there are these car safety checks for infant seats and that type of thing, but this one's focused totally on the driver.
Yes, ma'am. We focus on different safety aspects. We want to make sure that your steering wheel is in the right position, that it's the right distance from your chest. Your rear view mirrors, side view mirrors are in the best position to avoid blind spots. You've got good positioning of your legs when reaching the pedals, that your seat belt's being worn correctly. So there's about 12 points that we check during Carfit to make sure that you're safe in your vehicle.
So let's go to like the idea of the steering wheel and the closeness, I guess, of your seat to that steering wheel.
So your steering wheel is supposed to be at least 10 inches away from your chest, and the airbag is supposed to be where it can deploy towards your chest and not towards your face. We don't want to have any type of facial fractures or neck injury when a car crash occurs. So making sure that it deploys in the right direction is really important to avoid injury in the event of a car crash.
You know, one of the things that I guess y'all see in the trauma center at Erlanger is the repercussions of an event.
Yes.
And so it's one thing to say, oh, thank goodness they survived the crash, but if these things are not in place, then the after effects could be just as detrimental.
Absolutely. You can have devastating injuries from a bad car crash, whether it's the neck injury, head injury, chest injuries. Certainly they can occur and have lifelong effects on somebody.
You mentioned the seat belt being properly worn.
Yes.
Is it to be worn the same way by everybody in the car?
It is supposed to be in the same position for everybody, so you want to make sure that it comes low across your shoulder and hits here at your hip bone, and your lap belt goes across from hip to hip. We don't want the seat belt up here by somebody's neck. That can cause neck injury.
So I'll tell you a true confession with me.
Okay.
I can't stand, my seat belt is in my seat, okay? So where mine comes from is in my seat, not up above.
Right.
So it really should hug me, I guess, right there at my shoulder.
Yes.
But I feel like it doesn't. So you know what I do? I put it under my arm.
Oh, yeah, that's
so go
very
ahead and
dangerous.
You want to slap my hand?
There you go. That's very, very dangerous.
Why?
Why? Because then you don't have the ability to keep your torso back. You have the ability to be actually ejected forward or side to side during the event of a car crash. It's really, really important that you wear that seatbelt across your shoulder.
Because by being under my arm and then coming across, the top half of me is prevented from being immobilized?
Correct.
Okay, so, but I don't like it across my shoulder because it rubs against my chin.
Sure, so you should be able to adjust that. Almost every car has the ability to adjust your seatbelt up or down. We would be able to look at your vehicle and help you adjust that if you come to the Carfit event on the 17th.
See the plug I just gave you?
Yes.
Plus we end up shrinking as we get older.
Yes.
And then that becomes an issue because we can still drive the car, but our posture changes.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. So as we age, we do lose height and our position in our vehicle does change.
Can you come if a husband and wife share a car?
So they can both come through. We can let the first driver come through, and then they can go back around and come through a second time with the second driver.
Okay. And y'all are doing this in conjunction with?
Red Bank PD and the UTC occupational therapy students will all be technicians there that day, and then the Tennessee Trucking Association will be on site to help us.
10 to 2, is that right?
It's 10 to 1.
10 to 1. So just show up in that time frame or make an appointment?
You can do either. We do have the ability to make an appointment. You can call me on my cell phone at 423-847-5208, or you can go to the QR code that I'm sure they'll show on screen here in just a few minutes to register, or you can just drop by during that period of time. It only takes about 15-20 minutes to go through the checkup, and it really is some great information to have and make you safe in your vehicle.
All right. Thank you. Now I know how to put my seatbelt on.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?